Today, Curt and Todd are headed up to Guatape, a town about 2 hours east of Medellin, and a place that all of the locals say we need to visit. The colorful little lakeside town is one of Colombia's most popular day trip or weekend getaways, for travelers like us and for locals here in Colombia. There are many ways to get there from Medellin, but today they decided to ask our private driver that we've been using for all of my doctor's appointments to take them up there. The added bonus to that is Fabian has actually become a friend, and he went along with them for most of the day. Now, before we get started on their day, let me just tell you that these two were so busy goofing off and just being lifelong friends that Curt did not do much vlogging to let you know what was going on throughout the day. But he did get some great video shots, so I'm going to be talking you through most of their day, which is kind of cool. It'll be kind of like I'm there with them, instead of back in Medellin, recovering from knee replacement surgery. All right, so what we're doing here, guys, is I have this crazy fear that my knee's gonna pop backwards when I'm walking. It makes me scared to do normal walking. So Santiago's making me push my knee back. I guess it'll help get over the fear.
Pain is necessary.
See?
Okay?
Yes.
3, 4, 4, 4,
4,
5. That's okay.
3. Doesn't look
Important.
like a lot, but
Very
it's a
important.
lot. Is it straight?
Yeah. Very important. Okay? Repeat. Okay. Good. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Faster.
Always posture with Santiago.
Sí.
Always posture. It's good though.
Next exercise.
Yeah.
Back.
And pop.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Okay?
Okay.
Listo?
Heel.
Yeah.
Heel down. Okay. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But anyway, there are many things to do in the Guatape area, but it's Todd's last day visiting us here in Medellin, so they only have time for a few of the highlights. They're going to start with a boat tour of the Quetape Reservoir. This area used to be farmland, but in the 1970s, a hydroelectric dam was built and the area was flooded. All of the residents were relocated, and it's now the largest lake in Colombia. And the dam? Well, it produces 30% of all of Colombia's energy.
Bad guy in a little coat. Can you guys see this little life jacket right here? It doesn't fit me too well.
The lake is a popular location for the wealthy of Colombia to build vacation homes. Think soccer stars, singers, wealthy business people. They all escape out here to this beautiful place, to these beautiful vacation homes. Now, Colombia has a troubled past with infamous drug cartels, made even more famous by the Netflix series Narco. But in the past 10 to 15 years, Colombia has become much safer, and the cartels, if they're still here, you do not see them. At least not here in the Medellin area or anywhere we've traveled in Colombia. The most famous of the drug kingpins was without a doubt Pablo Escobar. He was one of the richest men in the world during the cocaine boom of the 80s and 90s. But everyone needs a place to get away, and Escobar was no exception. The spot he chose was right here on this lake in this little town of Guatape. He built a lavish estate that he called La Manuela, named after his daughter. It covers 20 acres, consists of a stately mansion, a pool, tennis courts, a soccer field which doubled as a helipad, stables, a guest house, a seaplane dock, a special driveway just for the motorcycles, trees imported from all around the world, and a security force of over 120. The main house was, of course, luxuriously appointed and even included its own discotheque around the corner. It was built for practicality, however, featuring double-layered walls where Escobar hid mountains of cash and cocaine right there in his house. Now, it's said that La Manuela was Escobar's second favorite house, and he spent a lot of time here. In 1993, the estate was bombed by Los Pepes, a vigilante group who stood for people prosecuted by Pablo Escobar. They stuffed 200 kilograms of TNT into a bathroom of the estate. The detonation blew the house to bits. Colombian police forces quickly swooped in, seized all the drugs and money that were hid in the house, and that was the end of this beautiful estate. Escobar, just for your knowledge, was shot and killed by authorities 8 months later in the city of Medellin. Now, La Manuela has now been taken over by nature. Visitors used to be able to enter the ruins and kind of search around and just look around and walk the estate. But since then, the Colombian government has restricted access to all of Escobar's properties in Colombia, and there are a lot of them. So the only way you can get a look at this estate of Pablo Escobar is from a boat tour. Next up on this day trip for these guys is to stroll around the actual colorful town of Guatape. It sits lakeside and has a beautiful town square. But perhaps the coolest thing about this little town is the colorful facades and the art of the buildings. The art is meant to represent the family history or the service that the business provides. Guatape has around 7,000 or 8,000 full-time residents and relies mainly on visitors. The area is a bit touristy, but it is beautiful and it is a nice, relaxing place to grab some Colombian coffee or eat some fresh trout caught from the lake. Now next, they're going to head to the #1 must-do activity in the Guatape area. It's a short 10-minute drive through the hills to a place called El Penol.
I still find Wiley's house, riding on my bike with eyes closed. I could name every girl that he took out, and from my memory dial his house phone. Can you take me back when we were just kids, we weren't scared of getting older, yeah. 'Cause no one knows you like they know you, and no one probably ever will. You can grow up, make new ones, but truth is, there's nothing like old friends. 'Cause you can't make old friends. Yeah. I can still feel the windows down, listening to Jimmy Eat World, riding 3 wide on Blake's bench seat, yeah. My God, it's been 10 years now. I would have his back tomorrow, and he'd still fight anyone who tried to touch me. Can you
The rock of Guatape, or El Penol, is the second largest monolithic rock in all of South America. It's second only to Sugarloaf Mountain in Rio, Brazil. It stands over 200 meters high, that is 650 feet, and it offers incredible views of the area from the top. Now, Curt tried hard to capture the actual beauty of these views once they made it to the top, but if you want to see these amazing views for yourself, you're going to have to do exactly what these guys did, and that's climb 700 steps to the top. But trust me, sure looks like it's worth it.
I've got some good friends now, but I have never seen their parents' back porch. It wouldn't change how things turned out, but there's no one in this time zone who knows what inline skates that I wore. Can you take me back when we were just kids who weren't scared of getting older? 'Cause no one knows you like they know you, and no one probably ever will. You can grow up, make new ones, but the truth is that we grow up, then wish we could go back then. There's nothing like old friends. 'Cause you can't make old friends.
Now, when they finish this up, they're going to head back to the city where I'm going to actually get to join these two for a yummy dinner. It is Todd's last night here. We are going out to find some food at a different kind of restaurant, not a Colombian one, if we can find it. Let's go see. So we've made it to the place where we want to eat. There are 18 steps to get to the restaurant. It's on the 18th floor, and there was an elevator all the way up except to the restaurant. The guys have walked up to see if we're going to be able to get in because we don't have reservations because our Spanish is nowhere near good enough to make a telephone call. So we will see you in just a minute, guys. So are we good?
Yeah.
So I come up the steps?
We have till 9.
All right, I come up the steps then. Cool.
Like a deck I'm seeing.
We are at Tony Roma's. Todd discovered this place online. We're on the 18th floor with a view of the city. Fabulous. Good job, Todd.
It's an amazing view.
We're gonna order us some yummy food now, guys.
I'm hungry, and I'm impressed at Snow hiking up the steep stairs to get here.
All 18 of them.
I'm also impressed with this amazing view.
So what are you gonna get, Curt?
I'm gonna get fish, of course, but I'm actually getting teriyaki sea bass. And what does that come with? I forgot. It gets topped with an egg roll. It's got sauteed veggies and gets topped with an egg roll.
Nice. So what is super cool about this restaurant, guys, is we're on the 18th floor, and it's solid windows, and this thing rotates. And we're right in the middle of Poblado. So as we're eating this yummy dinner, we're gonna get to see the entire city at night. Super cool.
So Todd, you have now joined us in 2 countries. I think we need to go ahead and make a goal of 5.
5.
So 5 countries, and let's say the next 2 or 3 years. What do you want to say?
Challenge accepted.
All right.
Cheers.
There you go. 5.
Cheers, we're doing it.
5 countries. Little sea bass, mixed veg, sushi roll, and some white rice.
Teriyaki,
You know?
I have a sirloin with prawns
And a mustard sauce?
and a mustard sauce. Yeah, I like to see mustard sauce.
And mashed
Mashed
potatoes.
potatoes. I've already been eating on my mushroom soup. And I got a junior order of ribs. And some pureed potatoes. We're gonna dig in.
I'm hungry.
Kurt's always hungry.
I'm always hungry, and tonight's no exception. Beautiful view, guys. All right, Snow ordered the ribs. She's going in.
So down here in a lot of Central America, and definitely here in Colombia, when you order wings or ribs, you get gloves. I'm gonna start
Colombian
with
tradition.
the baby in one.
How is it?
Oh, that's a good rib. I'm happy. All right, guys. It's been a solid week, but Todd is packed up, and it's time for him to go back to the States. But don't worry, we're trying to make plans right now for him to come visit us this summer.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu is the goal. You guys know it's a big goal for me with my new knee. So
And he also committed to doing 5 countries with us. He's checked the box on 2, sounding like Peru. So
There you go.
more
5 within
adventures
3
to
years,
come.
or was it 5 within 5?
5 within 3 years. We'll see. Who knows,
That's
guys?
only 1 more year.
All right, so say bye to Todd, everybody. You'll see him again.
Bye.
Don't worry. And then me and Kurt, back to normal.
Adios.
If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys.